The hidden science of life after death. Consciousness beyond the brain. The last thought before silence. What if death isn't an ending, but a change in frequency? What if consciousness doesn't live inside the brain, but merely passes through it, like light through glass? Scientists are starting to ask questions mystics have whispered for centuries. Where does awareness go when the brain stops? For decades, researchers dismissed the idea of consciousness beyond biology. But now, data from near-death experiences, cardiac arrest survivors, and quantum field studies suggest something extraordinary. Awareness continues, even when brain activity flatlines. Patients describe floating above their bodies, hearing conversations later confirmed as accurate, or feeling time dissolve into a single infinite moment of love. But here's the unsettling truth. If consciousness survives death, then our understanding of life itself collapses, because it means you are not your brain. You are not neurons firing in the dark. You are something else entirely, an observer beyond space and time, temporarily wearing a human form. And if that's true, then maybe death is not a blackout, but a wake-up, a passage into the raw fabric of awareness itself. The experiment that changed everything.
In 2014, a team at the University of Southampton conducted one of the largest studies on near-death awareness.
Over 2,000 patients who had been clinically dead were interviewed. One man described watching doctors work on his body for 3 full minutes after his heart stopped. Monitors showed no brain function, yet his recall was precise. Neuroscience couldn't explain it, but quantum consciousness theory could. It suggests that our minds are not created by the brain, but channeled through it, like radio waves through an antenna. When the antenna breaks, the signal doesn't disappear. It simply broadcasts elsewhere. That elsewhere may be what we call the afterlife. This new paradigm doesn't ask us to believe. It asks us to observe, to see death not as a mystery to fear, but as data waiting to be understood. And maybe, just maybe, you felt this truth before. A dream of a lost loved one that felt too real. A sense of being watched when no one's there. The moment you suddenly knew something you shouldn't have known. If this resonates with you, take a moment, comment below and tell us, have you ever experienced something that made you question what consciousness really is? And if you believe that truth and science can coexist, that curiosity is sacred, subscribe to this channel. Here we explore not ghosts, but awareness itself. Because every story you share helps build a map of the unseen. The proof hidden in light. In 2019, a group of physicists studying photon entanglement stumbled upon something unexpected. When 2 particles were linked and one was destroyed, the other reacted instantly across vast distances. The information didn't die, it transferred. What if consciousness works the same way? When the body, the biological vessel, fails, the information that makes you you doesn't vanish. It shifts. It integrates with a greater field of awareness. That's not metaphysics anymore. That's physics catching up to mysticism. But here's the twist few are ready to face. If consciousness survives the body, then every act of thought, love, and kindness ripples across eternity. Death doesn't erase meaning, it amplifies it. You never really lose anyone. You simply stop perceiving them through matter. The connections remain, like signals crossing dimensions of memory and light. And perhaps right now, someone you love is still near, not as a ghost, but as consciousness intertwined with yours. If you've made it this far, thank you. You're not just a viewer. You're part of a community of seekers helping redefine what it means to be alive. Subscribe and stay with us as we keep exploring the bridge between consciousness and the physical world. Share your own story below. What have you felt, seen, or dreamed that convinced you that awareness goes beyond the brain? Tell us what this video made you reflect on and what you've learned, because together, through curiosity and compassion, we bring light to the greatest mystery of all. And remember, consciousness never ends. Spiritual educational disclaimer. This video is intended for spiritual and educational purposes only. It does not promote fear, superstition, or religious dogma. Its purpose is to inspire reflection, healing, and understanding of consciousness beyond physical perception.